Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial, I will be showing you how to make a simple, easy granny square shorts. So this is to match with the top that I previously made. So you can go ahead and check that out. And I also show you how to make these squares, so you can check it out in that tutorial. I'll link it next to this one. So all you need is just 3 different color yarn of your choice, and your 4.0 millimeter crochet hook, and your measuring tape, darning needle, and so on. So this is what I have. So I have 4 squares. I put them on the block so that I can get them nice and flat, so I can do the measurement so you can see what it looks like, or what the measurement is, I should say. So this is like 8.5 inches in width, so it would be the same for both, for all 4 sides, I should say. So what I'm gonna do is I will be joining these squares together, and I will be joining them on the wrong side. So if you know how to make basic granny square, this is just what this is. So you can go ahead and make yours, and then come back and I'll show you how to join your squares. So what you will do is you will get your yarn and your hook, insert your hook into the chain 2 space, give that a chain 1, then give it a tie. Once you have done so, then you're going to go into each and every stitch on both sides. So you're going into your first stitch there and the first stitch on the other side, and you're just going to do a slip stitch. So now you can do a single crochet if you want, but I think slip stitch is better. So I am just going to go ahead and slip stitch all the way up to the top into each stitches. Once I am done, I'll just fasten off, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other 2 squares. So once I am finished, I'll meet back with you and show you what to do next. Guys, I just wanted to clarify before I go ahead and attach my other 2 yarns. So I wanted to just let you know that we are attaching them long ways, just like this. So they will look like a rectangular kind of shape. So this is how you're going to attach your squares, just like this. So I just did this one, and I am just going to fasten off and then attach this one together. And again, make sure that they are on the wrong side. So the right side should be facing each other. So just wanted to quickly let you know that. So I'll see you at the end, guys. And now I have come to the end, and I'm just going into the chain 2 space, and I'm going to make a single crochet to finish off, and then chain 1, fasten off, and this is what it looks like so far. So when we fold it together like this, this is what the short is going to be. So what we're going to do is we are going to close this part up as well. It's going to be like so. So you're closing all the sides, and then we're going to work on the leg, or the leg part, and the waistband afterwards. So just as we did before, join in your yarn and then slip stitching all the way to the top. Once you get to the top, you will just single crochet in the chain 2 space and chain 1 and fasten off. So I will see you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and now I'm just gonna go into my chain 2 space and do a single crochet. So both end is the same, and this I can do the measurement so you can see what the width is. So from here to here, it is measuring 16 inches. So on this side is 16, on the other side is 16, so that's 32. So that's a waistline for 32. So if your waist is 32 30 or 34, this should be able to fit you. So I'm gonna add a drawstring to it, so even if your waist is a little bit smaller, it won't be a problem. So what you're gonna do is, I was gonna fasten off and then start the leg part, but since both side is the same, I am just gonna work on the waistband, and then we will work on the leg part down on this part here. So what you're gonna do is, you are going to slip stitch into this same chain 2 space, and then you're gonna chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna place 2 more double crochet into that space. That brings you a cluster there, and then into each space you will be placing 3 double crochet. So that's 1 cluster, 2 cluster, well, almost 2 clusters. Okay, so that's 3 clusters that I have there, and you are going to continue doing this all the way around until you get back to here. You place a cluster, and I will see you at the end here, guys. And now I have come to the end, and I finished my last cluster, and I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of our first double crochet. I went ahead and fasten off already, so you're just going to chain 1. So there it is now completed. So now you are going to go ahead and turn your work over onto the right side, and what you're gonna do is, you are going to go in one of the spaces. So I'm gonna change to my pink because I don't have enough black to finish off here, and I want to work with some black down the bottom for the leg area. So you're gonna rejoin your yarn into the center here, so into one of the space. So before we start our waistband, we're just gonna do 1 more rows of clusters, and once you have come to the end, so you're chaining up. I have 1 chain already, so that's 3 chains now. So I am going to yarn over and go into that same space and make 2 more double crochets, as those chains count as your first double crochet. You're going to go over to the next space and make your cluster. So once I am done making this row, then I will start making the rows for the waistband. So I will see you at the end. Guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm going to slip stitch on top of our chain of 3 here, but I'm just going to use a smaller hook because it's a little bit too tightly. Okay, I got it in. Okay, let me just pull up and use my regular hook now. So now I'm just going to go ahead and chain 2. And you're going to yarn over, and into each and every stitch around, you're going to place 1 double crochet. But let me do the measurement so you can see how tall the upper part is. So from here to here, it is measuring, let me just fix it properly. Okay, so it is measuring 8.5 inches in length. You can see on both sides there, 8.5 inches. So that is good enough, and now we're going to work on the waistband. So you're placing 1 double crochet into each and every stitch around. So I will see you at the end. Guys, now I have come to the end, and I have my last stitch here remaining. Now I am going to slip stitch on top of our first double crochet. So there it is. This is what it looks like. So now what you're going to do is, you're going to chain 1, 2, and you are going to be doing some front post and back post double crochet. So you are going to yarn over, go in from the front, and you're going to make a front post double crochet. To make a back post double crochet, you will yarn over and you will go in from the back and pull up your loop, back post double crochet followed by a front post double crochet, front post, back post, and you'll repeat this all the way around by making front post and the back post double crochet until you get to the end. Once you get to the end, I'll meet you back there. So there it is. Guys, now I've come to the end and I finish off with a front post here, but I wanted to finish off with a back post so that I can have front post, back post, front post, back post going around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to go back on this same stitch here where I did a front post, and I'm going to go in from the back and I'm going to do a back post on that stitch. So when I come back around, I will finish off with a back post. So now I'm going to slip stitch. I'm just going to say chain one, but sorry about that. So now we are going to chain up 2, and where you have a front post, you will do a front post. Where you have a back post, you will do a back post. So I am not sure how many rows I'm going to do. I am going to probably do about 3 rows. It's depending on how wide you want the width of your waistband to be. So I am gonna see what it is, and once I am there, I will meet back with you and I'll let you know how many rows that I do. So continue to do this all the way around and I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end here, and I'm just gonna fasten off. So I did a total of 4 rows for the waistband. So I am going to go ahead and weave in the tail end. So you're gonna insert your hook, sorry, your needle I should say, into both loops on this side and into the back loop on the other side. And you're just gonna take your time and pull that through. And there it is. So you can see that is nicely tucked in, and you can just go ahead and take your time and weave the remainder tail end in, making sure that it is not visible on the right side. Okay, so this is the back of the shorts, and I am going to turn it this way. So what we're going to do is we are going to join our black yarn. Let me just use a smaller hook just to get in here. So you're going to go exactly into the center, or whatever color you are using, and you're going to attach your yarn. Give it a chain 1, and that is not going to count as a stitch this time. Okay, so now that is attached, now you're going to go ahead and you're going to chain 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Now you are going to, I'm just going to use the same hook because it's going to be a little bit difficult to get in the center there. So I'm going to turn it around so it's more easier. And make sure this is not twisted. So let me just take off my hook. I'm going to insert my hook into the top there, into the center. Okay, I think mine is twisted. So make sure that it is not twisted. Okay, so I'm just checking again. Okay, it's just not cooperating with me right now. Okay, and then I'm just gonna chain one and fasten off here. Okay, so now that that is done, what we're gonna do is we are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and into the 11th stitch here we are going to join our yarn. Give it a tie. I'm not sure what's going on with me tonight, but the yarn doesn't want to cooperate with me. Okay, so I give it a tie, and that is going to count as my first chain. Sorry, my first chain, and I'm going to chain 2 more, and that is going to be my first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, go back into that same space or same stitch, and you're going to place 2 more double crochet there. That's 1 and 2, and that is going to be your first cluster. You're going to skip 1, 2 into the 3rd. You're going to do another cluster, and you're just going to keep on doing that until you get to here, and I'll meet you there. So now I've come to the end of making my cluster on this side. So I have 3 here. So now I'm going to go over to the next space on the short itself, and we're going to do a cluster there. So into each space you're just going to place a cluster, and you're going to do that all the way around until you get back to here. You're just going to continue making clusters, so you should have 3 sets of cluster on this side as well. So I will meet you back here. Now I have come to the end, and I have 2 stitches here remaining. So now I am going to slip stitch, but I'm going to join my next color and fasten off from the black. So now I'm going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. Now that I have chained we are going to turn our work, and that chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. So into this space we are just going to place 2 more double crochets, so 1 and 2. going over to the next space, and you're going to place your cluster of three double crochets. I'm saying clusters, but 3 double crochets to make a cluster. So continue to do that all the way around, and you will just continue to turn your work until you get to your desired amount of rows that you want to do. So just continue to turn each time you finish your row. You will chain up 3 and turn. So where was I? Okay, because we're working on one leg at a time. So once you're done working on your leg, then you will just repeat the same exact step for the next leg. You can feel free to rewind the video. So I am just going to continue doing this until I get to the end of making the rows. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but I'll meet back with you. So there it is. Go all the way around and come back to here. Once you come back, you will slip stitch, chain 3, turn your work again, and start again. Start another row. Guys, now I have come to the end of my last row, and I did a total of 5 rows. So this is what it looks like with one leg. So if you want to do more rows, you can go ahead and do so, and this is the width of the leg opening. So now I'm just gonna do a little thing on the end. So I'm gonna slip stitch, we're gonna chain 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna skip 1, 2, and into the third we're gonna single crochet. Let me just redo that. So we're gonna chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're gonna single crochet in the third stitch, chain up 3, skip 2, going to the third, single crochet, chain up 3 again, skip 2, going to the third. So you're gonna repeat this all the way around until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. So there it is. Guys, now I have come to the end, and I am just gonna go ahead and slip stitch on our first chain that we made here. So the reason why I chained 4 is because one of the chain will be my slip stitch chain. So if you want to do a second row just to let this little loop show much more, you can go ahead and do so, but I am running out of yarn, so I will not do another row because this is what I have left, and I want to have enough for the other leg. So I am just going to fasten off here. So chain 1 and fasten off if you just want it to be like this. So I did 1 row of black here, then 3 row of the mauve, and then 1 row of the pink, and then the little fringe here. So to do the other leg, you will insert your hook into that same stitch where you did your first cluster there, attach your yarn, so I have a chain 1 there, so I'm just going to chain 2 more. 1, 2, yarn over, go back into that same stitch, and I'm going to place 2 more double crochet, yarn over, go into the next cluster, and you're going to place 3 double crochets, yarn over, go into the next, I am using the wrong color, sorry about that guys, I just realized that. So the black is what I started with, so I am going to use the black. I was not even realizing that I actually did not change my color, so I do apologize on that. So you're just basically going to repeat the same exact thing that we were just doing by making your chain up your chain of 3 and then 2 more double crochet to complete your cluster. Go over to the next cluster and you will repeat the same thing again by placing 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3. Next cluster, and you're just going to repeat this all the way around by placing your cluster of 3 double crochet into each space. So now you have your one there, and then you're going to do the next one here. So I hope you're seeing this good. So continue to make your clusters all the way around, come back to here, and I will meet you there. Well, basically, you will just repeat the same exact thing that we did here. So I will continue to do this until I get to the end of my next leg, and I will see you there. So feel free to rewind the video. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch. And then chain 1. I already fastened off, so I can weave the tail end in afterwards. So our shorts is pretty much done, and this is what the opening of the crotch area looks like. You can see it there. And this is the leg opening. So there is the shorts. This is the crotch again. And so what we're gonna do now is, this is the back of the shorts actually, and this is the front. So what we're gonna do now, we are going to make a drawstring to put in the waistband. You don't have to, this is optional if you don't want to, but I did went ahead and I made a string. I do have a tutorial on how to do the I-cord, and this is what it is. You can do regular chains to make your drawstring to put in there, but I decided that I wanted to do the high card. So I'm not sure how many rows that I did. I just make enough that I think can go around the shorts. So if you notice, I did not fasten off here, so I will be lacing this through, and if I think that I need more, then I will just go ahead and add some more rows to the string. I'm just pulling this through on my needle. So I'm just going to look for the center here, and I'm just going to go into this one, and I'm going to go over. So I'm doing like 2 loops at a time and pulling it through. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way around. So for the string, if you want to know how to make it, I will be attaching that tutorial that I have on how to make different types of crochet cards to this video, so you can check it out there. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll see you at the end. Guys, and now I have come to the end, and this is what it looks like with the drawstring. So I am just going to go ahead and see how much I want to take off from this. So I'm just going to probably pull out just like probably 2 rows. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to pull through to close this part off. Chain 1 and then fasten off. And what you can do is you can use your needle to insert inside of the string so it doesn't have like a little tie down the end. So just like this, I'm just going to show you. If you have a smaller needle that can help you, just kind of go inside of the stitches and try not to make it show on the out outer part. And you just take your time and do it like this. So there it is. And then you'll just fasten off the remainder. So I'll do the same for this one as well. Let me use another needle. So take your time, go inside, and pull through. And fasten off. And there it is. So I'm just gonna pull. So I have enough here. Just pull some of this one here. So there it is. So I'm going to give it a tie. And our shorts is completed. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you were able to make one of your own. This is the crotch area. Thank you so much again. I will be listing in the description box more information about the shorts, like the measurements and so on, and how you can make it bigger. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, bye.